you wanna be hardcore with your hat to the back, talking about the gats in your raps, but I can't feel that hardcore appeal that you're screaming. Maybe I'm dreaming. This ain't Christopher Williams, still some MC got to feel one. Cats, I got to feel some to let niggas know that if you fuck with niggas.
Hello, Chevelle Hallback. This is Errol from Twitter. How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on, man?
Oh, I'm cool. I'm glad. Finally, I got through to you. I'm here with Boxing Beats and Rhymes and Lukey from the YouTube boxing community. So, are you available for a little interview?
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm ready.
Okay, then go on.
I'm available.
Okay, Beats. Go ahead, Beats.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you, right? Like, since October, we've started interviewing a lot of boxers. So you are the first professional female boxer that we've interviewed. And Errol knows a lot more about the sport than me. So I'm educating myself as I go. I'm learning about you now. So what brought you to the game of boxing?
Well, I think when the bug first hit me is my mom took me to see the Rocky movie, and I was a little child, but even as a little child, I could remember my mother. She's very animated, and I could remember her standing up in the theater, screaming at Rocky to hit him back. So, I mean, even as a young child, you know, that really excited me. And then the second time was Muhammad Ali and Spinks was fighting. And at the time, my bedtime was always 9 o'clock at nighttime. So I was in bed, and I heard my mother, my father in the room, you know, this loud commotion. So I got up to see what was going on. And once again, my mother, being animated, she's, you know, screaming, hit him back, oh my God, hit him back. So I'm standing there in the doorway looking at the TV, and I can remember me moving side to side, you know, like as I'm bobbing and weaving and, you know, throwing punches. And so I went to sleep that night, and before I went to sleep, I'm, you know, laying in my bed, and I'm just throwing punches in the air, and I was saying to myself, you know, I wish that, you know, I could fight because I can do it. It just seemed so easy to me, you know, it just seemed like fun. Yeah. And what seemed fun to me was the part of a person trying to hit me and I'm making a miss. And I'm hitting them back, you know. I mean, I was young. So that was that. And then one night, Tyson and Bruno were fighting, and Christy Martin was the co-main event. And so I'm looking at the TV, and I'm like, oh my God, there's women boxing. Are you serious? And so that was like on a Saturday. So that Monday, I went to the nearest gym that I could find, and a boxing gym. It was Colton's boxing gym. I'll never forget it. And I went in, and this guy named Frisco Aurelio, he used to be a boxer as well. And I said, I want to box. And he looked at me, you know, like, okay, like, really? And I'm like, really? I really want to box. I want to box. And so at first he didn't take me serious, but the first day I told him, I said, I want to box, and I'm going to become a world champion, you know, and here I am today, you know. And I think it took me, I didn't have an amateur background. I started training in 1995, I think it was 1995, 96. I trained, I think, for about a year, and I went to all the amateur shows, but I couldn't find anyone to fight me. Either I was too small or too big, or they just didn't want to fight me at the time. So after, I think it was like a year and a couple of months of going through that, I turned pro. So it was like on-the-job training at that time. And I think it took me a year to win my first title. And then it was like the Intercontinental title. And then after that, I think 2 years, I won my first world title. Yeah,
because I'm looking at your box rec, and I was discussing with Beats about your obviously your fights and thing, and the feeling that when you fought Lucia Riker, I was like, what's up with that? In your second fight, how could you fight Lucia Riker? At the time, you only had 4 fights, and I think she had an amateur pedigree as well. And I was thinking, why would they throw you in there with someone like that? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right now, this is what I've been told. Now, of course, my first fight, I knocked the girl out in, I think, like 36 seconds. She was much bigger than I was. I don't know if you know the story, but at the weigh-in, I knew I wasn't going to make the weight. She was much heavier than I was. Her name was Connie Paulson. And I put take weights to my thigh and put weights in my sweatpants and weighed in. And, just to fight. So, like I said, you're a trainer. I was going to fight. I'm not going to not fight. So anyways, knocked out in 30 seconds. So my trainer, myself as well, I was like, wow. And the girl that I knocked out, she was naturally a bodybuilder. So she was like big, tall, very muscular, and I knocked her out clean. So I'm like, man, I can beat anybody they put in front of me. And my trainer at the time, he was trainer/manager. You know how that goes. Mm-hmm. He's very, very green to the game. I was very, very green to the game or whatnot. And so I guess word traveled quickly of what I did in my first fight. So they contacted him about fighting Lucia Riker. Well, I didn't know anything about anybody. I didn't know any female fighters. I didn't know anything. I didn't know who was out there fighting at the time, who was on top, I didn't know anything. So they approached him, and I had been out of the gym, I think, for like 3 weeks, not training. Kind of had got the little big head. I really don't have to train that hard. I can knock anybody out. Da 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 da. So when he came to me, he was like, "They want you to fight this fight." And then he was like, "It's going to be on national TV." Now, mind you, my first fight, I was fighting in the Miami. I think it was at the gymnasium, a high school gymnasium. He was like, "It's going to be on national TV." I'm like, "Okay." Then he was like, "And they're going to pay you $3,000. $3,000. My first fight, I received $400. Okay, so you here I am. Like I said, I'm green, don't know nothing at all. And now you're talking about from a high school gymnasium to national TV, $400 to $3,000. I'm there." And then he was like, "And the girl that you're fighting, she's not that good. She hasn't had that many fights." I think at the time, I want to say professionally, boxing-wise, I think she had 3 fights. I'm not positively sure on that.
Yeah, it's 3 fights. That's right. You was the 4th fight.
And he told me that, that she hadn't had that many fights and she really wasn't that good and I could take her and this and that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I trained for about a good, I'd say 2.5 weeks. And only thing I knew was 1-2. That's it. I mean, I knew how to street fight, but as far as boxing, I really had any boxing skills. I had a big heart, you know what I'm saying? Determination, 1-2. That was it. But so I signed the contract. They sent the contract over. I signed the contract. They sent it back. So the night before I was ready to go to Texas, so the fight was in Texas, a special came on HBO, and the special was about her and about her, trying to fight Christy Martin, this, that. But the special was mainly about her. So I'm looking at this girl, and I'm like, Riker. I'm like, the name sounds so familiar, Riker. So I'm looking at this girl, and she just done. She's knocking everybody out, done. And I'm like, wow, this girl can fight. I'm like, whoa. So I got on the phone, and I called my coach. I said, "Coach, what's the name of the girl I'm fighting again?" He was I said, "Is it Riker, Lucia Riker?" Yeah, that's her. I said, "Could you please turn HBO?" So he turned to HBO and he looked at me like, "Oh, did you repeat that to you?" I said, "Man," I'm not ready for this girl. This girl can actually fight, And he was like, "Oh, sis, you just get in there, just do what I tell you to do. You'll be fine. So I knew going, that I was not ready for this girl. But because, like I said, I was green as I was, didn't know the business side of boxing, didn't know anything really. I felt that if I said no, that if I didn't go through with the fight, that I would get blackballed and I would never ever be able to get a fight ever again. So I went through with the fight, and I said, I'm gonna go in there, and I'm just gonna give it my all, just give it my all. And now, mind you, my first fight, like I said, I knocked the girl out in 36 seconds, something like that. That was Lucia Riker was really my very first real fight. Now, your second fight coming out, you don't supposed to fight over 4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? You're still a 4-round fighter. So the fight was scheduled for 6 rounds. Me, once again, being green, not knowing. So I go out there and, and I gave him my all. Matter of fact, I think the first round, I beat her the first round. Second round, it was a little bit, even third round. I think it was maybe a draw. Fourth round, she was coming back. By this time, after the third round, I was so tired. I'm like, man, I really, really wanted to just quit on my chair, but that's not in me to do that. I got too much pride for that. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired. I'm gasping for air. I'm like, it was crazy. So fourth round, training sitting out there, and I'm fighting on pure pride now, pure just instinct, just going, just like, my goodness, and after watching the fight, I saw that I was really hurting her in the inside. And I think Coach Freddie Roach at the time was telling her to stay away from me, stay away from me. Not knowing that I was doing it, I'm just fighting. Fifth round came around. I could barely stand up. When I tell you, I'm like, man. And they have a fight on YouTube. If you watch it and you slow it down, when she swung, she literally did not connect. She swung, it missed, and she ran up into my body, and I just collapsed over the ropes. Her is off. I was done. I was done. Okay. And so, because the referee stopped it and everything, and so they said she won, by technical knockout or whatever. But I was completely done. But after the fight, she came up to me and she said, at that time, I was her toughest fight. And she said to me, when you learn how to fight, you're going to be something. And I was like, yeah, and of course, I'm my pride, I'm hurt because everybody in the world saw this fight because it was on national TV. And so I told her, I said, I want a rematch. And she told me, she said, I would never give you a rematch.
Oh, my goodness.
She told me she would never give me a rematch. But you know what? She always spoke good about me. She went to Holland and she told everyone, that was one of her toughest fights. And this and this. And to this day, she speaks very highly of me, Okay. But she never gave me that rematch. No.
So she said you was her toughest fight. Was she your toughest fight?
Oh, most definitely, hands down. Being that she was my toughest fight because, number one,
you was inexperienced.
I just was not ready at that time. I just wasn't ready for a fighter at that caliber, number one.
No.
And number two, I definitely was not in shape at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So because, and then I come to find out, I got paid $3,000, but he got paid what he paid, plus he got an extra $5,000 under the table for me to take the fight. So that really, really hurt me,
Oh, man.
Well, that's boxing.
Yeah, true. That's boxing.
Oh, man. Oh, dear.
Chevelle, Lukey here. I've just started boxing. I'm about 6 months in, so I'm new to the sport. But it's good to hear other ladies like yourself who've pioneered this path for us. So when you started sparring and stuff, we were talking about this yesterday. You generally sparred with men, I guess.
Yeah.
And how was that? How do you feel about that? Do you think women should, at the beginning, spar with whoever just to get better, or?
Well, for myself, when I started, it really wasn't too many females in the game at that time. I was the only female in the gym, period. And I came up the hard way. I mean, they threw me in there. I want to say just to check to see if I had the will, if I really wanted to do it, you know. And they threw me there with guys that they didn't take it easy on me at all. I mean, literally would drop me in the ring, in the gym, you know. And like I said, I got a lot of heart and a lot of pride. And because of the pride that I have, I would get up, you know, and do what I can or whatnot, you know. And then after I finished sparring, I would go in the bathroom and I would cry. But I would never let nobody see me cry. No. And then after I finished crying, I'll go home and I'll be right back the next day. But it made me mentally strong because naturally a man is stronger than a woman. A man's reflex is better than a woman. A man's strength is stronger than a woman, you know. So it made me mentally strong because I'm like, okay, I know that I can't match a man's strength, you know, straight up. So what can I do to get an advantage in the ring where I won't get hurt, where I, you know what I'm saying, where I can hold my own, where I can do all right. So what I did, I started studying fights. Roy Jones at the time was my idol, you know what I'm saying? And I studied him, and I studied fighters like Sugar Ray Robinson. I studied fighters like Muhammad Ali. And what they taught me, I became a counter puncher. I became swift on my feet, okay? I took it back from when I was younger. Get hit, but don't let them hit you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I practiced that, and I practiced that, and I practiced that. And I became very, very good at it, where in the gym it was very hard for them to touch me. You know what I'm saying? Very hard for them to touch me. And I started, you know, lifting weights more, got a little stronger. You know, did a lot of things, you know, to increase my speed, my footwork in the gym. So it made me mentally tough, and it also made me physically want to get better and better against the guys, you know, because that was the competition for me at the time, was in the gym. You know what I'm saying? If I did good in the gym, I wasn't worried about a fight, you know. Yeah. To this day, I still like to train with the guys, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been training with the guys, you know, ever since I started boxing. Now, do I think it's a good idea or whatnot? It's up to the individual, okay? Some women are tougher than others. Some women, even though they can be very, very good in boxing, their physique, like mine, I got a great physique, but a lot of it has to do with genetics. I do train hard, you know, to keep my body where it is, but a lot has to do with genetics. Some women are more naturally stronger than other women, where they can get in there with an average guy. I'm not talking about a top boxer. I'm not talking about an average, you know, fighter, someone that maybe just starting an amateur or whatnot, and be able to hold their own. Some women can't. So I think it's up to the individual. Now, I was listening to the YouTube discussion that you all was having, you know, and I don't remember the guy. The one guy, he was like, nah, you would never get in there with a woman, da-da-da-da-da-da. And that's cool, you know, he feels that way, or whatever the case may be. And do I think that there are some women probably out there that can probably stagger him if he's not careful to knock him out? Yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, you know what I'm saying, is not anybody vulnerable once you get in between those ropes. You know what I'm saying? Be a man or woman. You know what I'm saying? Did that right punch, man, it's a wrap.
Well,
you know?
The bottom line is your jaw doesn't know the sex of the hand that's just hit you. It just knows that it's hurt and it's got to go down. If you get hit correctly, you get hit correctly. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Exactly. Like I said, some women have more power than others. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On the average, a man, yes, is stronger than a woman, but you do have some women out there that is stronger than a man. You know what I'm saying? Am I the advocate of a woman trying to run up against a man and fight a man? No, not at all, not at all. But when you're in the gym, number one, you shouldn't be in a sparring section. You shouldn't be in there trying to kill each other anyway. You don't have anything to prove. You would never fight this female in a real fight as far as boxing is concerned. Mm-hmm. So why are you trying to really fight that woman, you know, for real in the ring? Some men be worried about, they boys or whomever might be around, and then you let that girl beat you. I mean, you know you in there, and you're not trying to hurt anybody. You're not really fighting anybody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? People gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? People gonna say what they say, but you got to be man enough. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, that's fun, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but Chevelle, tell the truth, yeah? Tell the truth. If you get the better of a man and you deck him, it must feel good. Tell the truth.
Say it one more time now.
If you put the smack down on a man, it must feel good.
No, you know what? Honestly, to be honest with you, when I spar, I'm in there to work. Now, I have sparred plenty of guys that have dropped me, and those same guys, they got in the ring, if they didn't have their A game, they got dropped by me. But then I go about bragging about it? No, not at all.
Not bragging, but it felt good though.
No, because see, when I get in the ring, I don't see male or female. I see another athlete across from me.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't see male or female because, like I said, that same guy, a girl could get in that ring and it can be bigger and stronger than him and can do the same thing to me. But just because she's a female, I don't look at it any lesser to him because he's a man. I look at, okay, this person was stronger than me. This person was better than me that day. This person was bigger than me, or whatever the case may be. So they got their advantage of me that day. Okay, I pick myself up, I learn, and I come back, for another day. I don't see it as male or female.
Yeah, man, that's the right attitude. That's the right attitude.
Yeah, that's the right attitude.
A target.
Yeah, target. That's right.
Yeah, I don't see it as but do I believe that a man should fight a woman in a real box match? For what?
Real?
For what?
Real?
No,
yeah.
I don't think that should happen. Because look, right now I probably fight around 147. Mayweather probably fight 147. Would I get in the ring with a Mayweather? Hell no. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, seriously, even a guy that's just coming into the pro ranks, same weight class as I am, a top amateur. Would I get in there and fight him for real? No. For what?
Even if they put up the right money up, you wouldn't go for it?
Come on.
A whole bunch of money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Money, you know what I'm saying? That's money is not everything. You feel me? That's just making a mockery out of the sport.
Okay.
So you'll never see the NBA guy turn against the WNBA. You feel me? Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that's just crazy. And anyone that will allow that, you're making a mockery out of the sport. I mean, we as women boxers, we catch a hard time as it is.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? We don't get paid shit. Excuse my language. And to be honest with you, when I was first coming up like the belt, I'm a world title. Oh, I got this, I got that. Honestly speaking, for real, that don't mean shit because I got 4 belts. And each belt, every time I fought for those belts, guess how much money I got paid for those belts?
Yeah.
On the average, $5,000.
That's about the same fight.
So what's the use of having a world title belt? I've gotten paid more than $5,000, but I'm talking on the average. That was my average purse. So what did those belts benefit me? It don't benefit anybody but the promoters that putting on the show and say, oh, we got a world title fighter, fighting on the card tonight, which will bring more people to to see because they to see, oh, a world title fight, oh, it's got to be, good, da-da-da-da-da. So that's just to blame the crowd because you will never find any guy out there that has a title, I don't care if it's a little bullshit title, and you think he's going to get paid $5,000? No, sir. He's going to get paid at least 2 figures. At least. So the belts don't mean anything to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the accomplishment that I've done, you know what I'm saying, in order to get in that ring and to fight to the best of my abilities for that team against my opponent, that what means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? The time and the dedication that I put into the sport. You know what I'm saying? That means more to me than, man, to be honest with you, where my belts are at? They're in the back of my trunk of my car.
Oh, man.
I'm dead serious. About that, And I mean, some of the section bodies be like, I can't believe you said, I can't believe you said. But it's the truth, though. It's the truth. And it's sad, and I really wish that, people like you all that would bring women's boxing to the light, to where the public will really see. I'm not talking about 2 females that just starting out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is their time is coming. You know what I'm saying? I paid my dues. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm ready. I think I deserve to fight on a grandstand like HBO.
Okay.
I think I'm ready or pay my dues or good enough to fight on a grandstand like Showtime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where the public can really see two skilled, female boxers at its best. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to bring, publicity. That's what's going to bring people wanting to see us more.
Yeah.
That's what's going to bring us the biggest purse. You know what I'm saying? Not you having two females that just started out, maybe like they 3-2 fighting against a 0-5 fighter, and you showing this on TV and they say this is female boxing. No, we will never grow like that. You know, and I'm not saying anything against the ones that's coming up, but I think everybody should pay their dues. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of people ask me, what do you think about what you think can be done? What can be done? Until the promoter step up to the plate and say, listen, we're going to show these women, these top women, we're gonna put money into them like they do the guys. We're gonna advertise it. We're gonna do, like they do the guys. You know what I'm saying? Media coverage and really showcase the women that that's there that has the skills to be showcased. Until they do that, we'll be at a staggered position. We'll just be mediocre. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, change the subject slightly. So, how did you come up with your name?
Mr. Steel?
Yeah, Fist of Steel.
Oh, because when I knocked her out, yeah. I'm first tired.
And so you thought about doing promoting the game?
Huh?
Have you thought about being a promoter? Or you actually
You know what?
Yeah, go on.
I do. I mean, it takes money. You know what I'm saying? Money or a lot of sponsorship. You talking about a different realm right there. But I do eventually one day. I'm working on my boxing gym right now. I wouldn't mind having a little stable of fighters because I came up the hard way, man. One time I was training myself, and one time I was matching fights myself, calling around, getting my own fights. Maybe myself, I done did it all. You know what I'm saying? So I think I really can. I can show someone the rope, and bring them up the right way. I still learning the politics in the boxing, the business part of it.
Yeah.
But right now, my main focus, really, man, is to do something that has never been done. And that is to fight on HBO. Someone told me when I first mentioned that I wanted to do it. This guy told me, that will never happen. That will never happen. Well, a lot of people, if they would have listened to people that say that it would never happen, hell, we'll never have a black president.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of things that would never have happened if people would listen to that. So, I'm the type of person I got a lot of faith. You know what I'm saying? And I just keep training, and just trying to keep preparing myself, till that day comes. So either it'll happen or my body says, you know what, it's time for you to just stop. My body's not saying that yet. So.
Yeah.
So to put you on the spot a little, if that was to happen soon, the HBO fight, who would it be?
Oh man,
Would you like?
Either
Cecilia Braekhus.
Cecilia Braekhus. Man, I fought her, man. I beat her. When I tell you I beat the brakes off of her, man. And they gave her the fight. I'm like, okay, and I've been begging for a rematch every since, and they keep avoiding me. But that's neither here nor there right now. She has to come back around to me because there's not too many elite fighters in that weight class,
Mm-hmm.
And she holding out for Holly Holmes. Hopefully it'll happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, the politics, the money, or whatnot. So we'll see what happens. But most definitely Cecilia Braekhus, or Mathis. What's her name? Mathis. I can't think of her first name. But her and or Holly Holmes, or my brother fought twice. I beat her twice, but she paid her dues, man. and she's really as good. And that's Layla McCarter, man. I would love to do it on the big screen with her, you know?
Yeah. I was speaking to my friend Dave, and he knows a bit more about female boxing than I do. And he said that 3-minute duration each round and maybe 12 round fights would suit some women better. Why do you think that's not been implemented as such? Why ain't women fighting 12 threes for championship bouts?
Well, you know, when it first came on the scene, I don't know who started this 2-minute thing. First they were saying, you know, women shouldn't box because of the breast situation. But then that was knocked down because, they found out that the breast is nothing but fatty tissue. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I've seen some men got bigger titties than women do. You know what I'm saying? You walk around in the street with their shirt off, they need to put some clothes on. But anyways, it's nothing but fatty tissue. You know what I'm saying? So getting hit in the chest is not going to affect anything. So that was knocked down. And then they say, well, because of a woman, you're a woman, you know what I'm saying, maybe you can't go the full 3 minutes. I don't know why they thought that. I mean, think about it. If a woman can't have a baby and be in labor for 10 and 12 hours, what in the hell is 3 minutes? You know what I'm saying? In a ring. Yeah. Come on, really. And you're fighting against another woman. You know,
that's right.
That's mind-boggling to me. I don't understand that. and then because, you know, we females that, you know, we should only go 10 rounds. Well, why? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't get
that. We're professionals. Let's get treated as professionals. And I'm constantly arguing that point. And a lot of women don't like that I'm doing that. They say, well, hell, we getting paid less than the men. You know, why should we fight more rounds and more minutes and don't get paid? But guess what? You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You get paid less than a guy. You doing more. You doing less than a guy. You see what I'm saying? So let's make the playing field. Let's make it even. That way we can say, okay, we're doing the same things you guys are doing. More pay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to stop. You got to sacrifice something. And you're an athlete. We keep saying, we keep screaming, we want to get, you know, treated equally as the guys. Yeah. But yet, we're complaining about going 3 minutes and 12 rounds for a championship. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I have a theory. You see, it's the same thing in women's tennis, yeah? They play less sets. What it is, they're trying to make a disparity to say, oh, that's women and that's males. You can never reach that level. You know, by keeping your regulations to 10 2 minutes. That's all that is. So, you know what I mean? That's another thing. But that's why I'm glad we're starting to take on these topics so we can get the word out. The women don't need protecting. They know what they're doing. They train harder than most of you guys and they're ready to roll. You know what I mean? Simple things.
Hey, what was I asking you, Chevelle, about? So you started dabbling in MMA. Can you elaborate on what's going on with that?
Yeah, man. I had fought I think it was like a year and a half or something, and I was like, it was hard for me to get a fight. I was getting bored, you know, like learning to do something, you know, just to stay active or whatnot, you know. So I said, let me try MMA out. And my first fight went very well. My second fight, it went well too until I got the big head and went to slam the girl and put her on the ground where she was best at. And then she what's it called? She choked me out with her legs. I forget what it's called. But anyways, MMA sport, man. Coming from boxing, you know, and going into the MMA, because I didn't know none of that ground stuff. And it just, I was like, I ain't want nobody sweat all over me and tearing off the train. You know, you have to train, you know, the nuts be all in your face and tearing on. I'm like, this is disgusting. This is just not nasty. Yeah. So, but other than that, man, you have to worry about too much. You got to worry about the knees, the legs, the elbows, the this, the that. That's just too much going on at one time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, if I would have really put, you know, really all into it and a lot of effort into it like I do in boxing, you know, I probably could, you know, succeed at it very well. But I was like, nah, boxing is my heart and soul. I better stick with boxing because with MMA, you can seriously get hurt, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about broken bones.
Yeah.
I'm talking, you know, that's a whole different ball game.
If you ain't got no ground game, boy, you're in serious trouble.
Yeah, I just couldn't, you know, I didn't know how to submit. I didn't know how to do that. I knew how to sprawl, and that was about it, you know. But then once you got me on the ground, I'm like, what the hell, what I do? You know?
Like James Toney. What did you think of James Toney?
Just step out.
Did you see James Toney against Randy Couture? Did you see that?
It wasn't too pretty, but James Toney, that's my boy too. You know, that's my boy. But yeah, man, I think the boxers should lead the MMA to the MMA guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Agreed.
Just let them have that. Now my boy, what's his name? Silver?
Yeah, Anderson Silva, yeah.
Oh, that's a bad boy. I would love to meet him. Now that's a bad boy.
Yeah,
now, he can box. You know what I'm saying? He can do it all.
Yeah, he can. They were talking about him and fight with Roy Jones at some point. You know what I mean? Roy Jones would have. But if it was boxing, you know, Roy Jones would beat him. But obviously, if it's MMA on the ground, then Silva would win.
It's a wrap.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
Silva
it's two different sports, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Shit, the way Roy Jones, I mean, that's my boy and I love him dearly. But the way he's fighting now, it might be the boxing. I mean, you know, he need to leave Silva alone right now.
Yeah, for real. I was thinking about, because when I heard you MMA, I was thinking you and Ronda Rousey. Like, I mean, obviously it's different weight classes, but I was thinking of like if you was a fight, but like you explained obviously like MMA is not for you, and I'm happy that. So how long do you reckon your career is gonna go on for in the game? How many years you got left?
Man, I'm hoping and praying, man, that, you know what I'm saying, that I get presented with an HBO fight within the next 2 years. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, physically, you know what I'm saying, everything is intact, you know what I'm saying. My speed, my strength, everything is intact. But what I'm starting to notice is that fire, that desire that I had when I first started, it's not quite there, and that's when it's time for you to consider getting out of the sport.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
You know what I'm saying? What's keeping me there is the idea of I want that HBO chance. I want HBO. And I think once that happens, you know, I do well, which I think I will. They might want, you know, like a 2 or 3 fights out of me or whatnot. But as soon as that's done, then I'm done. You know?
So how did your family react to you becoming a boxer?
At first, my aunt was like, "Do you want me to buy you some tennis racket or a tennis ball or something, or softballs or something?" You know, my mom was like totally like, "Oh no," you know, because I was like at the time I was the only girl, and she's like, "Oh, you know, your body wasn't made for that. And, you know, you got beautiful teeth. And I was rich, Dad. Yeah. But I told her, I was like, listen, you know, this is really what I want to do. And I got it from her. You know what I'm saying? My mother used to be a fighter, you know. But when she saw that I was very talented at it, you know what I'm saying, very good, she was behind me 100%. Now, in the beginning, she could never go to a live fight. She just couldn't do it. You know, she watched it on TV or on the tape of it all day. But as we go into an actual fight, she just couldn't take that. Now, my grandmother, she was right there. She was right there. She was the loudest one in the crowd. Screaming, "That's not a baby!" You know. But now my family, man, everyone goes, "You know, she's a boxer." I'm like, wow, really?
Yeah. So what's the affiliation between you and Billy C?
Oh, that's my boy there. That's my boxing advisor, / manager. You know, he was responsible for the fight that I did get with Cecilia Braekhus and Matthews, and the second fight I got with Holly. You know, and right now, you know, he said, listen, he said, there's no sense of, you know, us fighting these little bitty fights. You know, it's either big money fight or what you trying to get to is HBO. You know what I'm saying? He's very knowledgeable in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I don't make any decision, you know what I'm saying, without him first. You know what I'm saying? I mean, He's really like a business partner. You know, like some of these female fighters, they think that they get a manager, and these managers think they own them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I try to school them. Listen, at the end of the day, you paying them. They work for you. You don't work for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how our relationship. Billy works for me. You know what I'm saying? He grinds for me. You know, and any decision that I make, you know, he's right there, 100%.
Yeah, because I listened to his shows on YouTube, and he was advertising your fights, because he does it every week, every weekend, and he was getting my girl Cheryl back. She's gonna beat the snot out of Braekhus and this and that. And obviously when he got robbed, he was yelling on the show and this and that, and I was like, who's this Errol Jarrett back? So I typed up and I was like, oh, okay. I obviously, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, obviously through that, and then obviously I knew that you was an affiliate, so I thought, okay, then this and that. Yeah, he's very knowledgeable, and him and his partners, Ali the Pally, and all these other boxing guys he talks to and that. But that's very good. That's good though. You need people like that to protect you, you know. I don't think if you was manager, I don't think they would have put you in there with Lucia Riker.
Nah, man. I was so hurt, because every time they would show a fight, every time they would talk about her, you know what I'm saying? They would show a fight. Yeah. And man, when I tell you, I was depressed for like a good 2 weeks, and I think I dropped like 10 pounds like it wasn't nothing. I stayed in the bed. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to do nothing. I was so depressed, you know what I'm saying? Not so much that I lost, but because the reason why I lost. It wasn't because, you know what I'm saying, it was two equally skilled females. No, you know what I'm saying? They threw me to the wolves, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And that really hurt me. But if you look at my record, after that fight, I was fighting with so much anger. I think I was knocking everybody out, man.
Yeah, I know. Y'all can see you. Yeah, you was. you definitely.
I was mad. I was so angry. I mean, I was in the gym, man. I almost knelt in the gym once I got myself out of the bed. Yeah. I said, never again this will ever happen to me.
Okay. Similar question to the last one. How do men and women react in a social setting when they find out you box?
Oh, you know what? They're surprised, because if you were to meet me and just hang out with me, my demeanor, I'm very soft-spoken. You know what I'm saying? I'm very playful. You know, I'm very meek. You know what I'm saying? I'm very humble. You know, and other people like, you know, she boxing. They're like, nah, I can't see you boxing. You know, you're so nice. You so this, you so that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like it's a total shock to them when they find out that I box. You know, they by my body and whatnot, they can tell that I'm some type of athlete. But you know, usually they say you run track or you play basketball. But as far as boxing, they didn't even know. They didn't guess that I'm boxing. And then, you know, I like to freak people out.
Okay. Lukey.
Yes, sir.
Fire away.
Going back to my amateur status, what kind of advice would you give with, you know, just trying to perfect every aspect of boxing? Because the first thing I noticed when I started was how much, if you break it down, there's so many little areas you've got to perfect to be an all-round good fighter. So, I don't know. I mean, how did you progress through it? First, you master your punches, and then, of course, you got the footwork, and then you got the fitness, you know. How do you tackle it all? What's your best advice?
It's all individual. What I would say is find a boxer that you really, really admire, you really, really like, and watch them and study. And what you do is what you learn from your trainer and what you learn from what you're watching, the tapes, the videos that you're watching, you incorporate it into your own style. Each one of us has a style of our own. Okay, don't never try to take on somebody else's style and mix your own. You have your own style. What you want to do is you want to enhance your style by adding on to your style. Okay? Yeah. Typical day when I first started out in the gym was I shuttle walk. And like I said, Roy Jones was my idol. And, you know, he does a lot of things technically wrong. I do a lot of things technically wrong, but I'm gifted enough that I'm able to get away with it. But I would shadow box. And when I shadow box, I'll work on my hand speed. I get on the edge of a mirror, and I point bend my arm out just enough so I can see my fist in the mirror, and then I bring it back. And so I would throw a punch, you know what I'm saying, real quick to try to not see my hand as it goes across the mirror. I will work on my speed like that. Yeah. Sometimes I will go into the gym, and for maybe 5 rounds, I'll just constantly work on my footwork, back and forth, side to side, back and forth, galloping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Turning 45 angles, you know. But like I said, it depends on the individual. You know where your strengths are, you know where your weaknesses are. You know what I'm saying? When you first go in the gym, you want to work on your weakness. You want to spend more time on your weakness than your strength. Like me, I couldn't throw a left hook to save my life. Could not throw a left hook. You know what I'm saying? And I used to get so frustrated and so mad because each trainer you talk to, they're going to teach you a different way how to throw a hook. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But as long as you get that elbow up and you twist your hip, yeah, or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? You throw the hook however way it feels comfortable to you. You understand what I'm saying? But I would go in the gym and I was constantly I stay for at least 15, 20 minutes, just throwing my hook, bam. You know, usually when you go in the gym, you always want to work on things that you know you're real good at. No, yeah. You want to always work on your weakness first. Each one of us, your weakness might be my strength might be your weakness, but you know what your weakness is. That's what you want to work on the most is your weakness. For sure. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like I said, it really doesn't matter what you start with first. You know, if you look at different boxers and you look at their regimen and what they do, everybody does something different. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what works for you. Like me, as far as condition-wise, I do not like running long distance at all. You know what I'm saying? And for me, sprint really gets me in shape. You know what I'm saying? I might run 3 miles, but I won't go beyond 3 miles. I'll do a lot of sprints. I'll do a lot of going up and down the bleachers. You know what I'm saying? But for some boxers, you know, they'll run 8 and 10 miles. You know what I'm saying? 3 times a week, and that'll do it for them. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You have to learn your body and know what works for you.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, I got a question for you. So, what do you think of the current superstars up and coming? You people like Hannah Gabriels and Ava Knight, and them girls coming through, breaking through. What do you think about them girls?
Ava Knight, man. As far as her, she was 15, and I was in California at the time, and at 15. She held her own. And I was like, this girl's gonna be something else. And I'm so happy to see that she's doing so very well. And man, she's only gonna grow. She's always gonna grow and get better and better and better. You know, and you know, I'm super excited to see what the future holds. You know, for her, especially with them allowing the Olympics and everything. I think like with guys like you, we're constantly, keeping female boxing in the public eye, the Olympics and things like that. I really think we're going to get a breakthrough where we are on mainstream, on TV. But if she's around, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Hannah Gabriels?
And you know what? To be honest with you, I don't know her.
Okay. she beat Dakota Stone. And Dakota Stone beat Christy Martin.
Oh yeah, I don't know her. I know Dakota Stone and Christy Martin, but I don't know her.
Okay then, all right then, okay. Beach, you want to get another question?
I was thinking that nobody can promote yourself better than yourselves, and maybe if some ex-boxers, if they got any money, or you can get some female investors to do maybe just start your own little cards, or, just start your own little associations, female boxing associations, so you can just bounce some ideas off and just escape some of the ignorance that's out there and just, just take it in your own direction.
What you mean, like just have like an all-female card or something like that?
Yeah, or just starting your own organizations, you know, like governing bodies, commissions, and stuff like that. Where it's basically got a female major shareholder and stockholders in it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be a great idea. Man, I never really thought of anything like that. That's something to think about for the future, you know?
Yeah. Just planting the seeds here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Chevelle, I was saying your ambitions to be on HBO, but like everyone most people want to know you, but I guess you want to be on HBO because obviously you get the most views and stuff like that, or a pay-per-view event where people are paying to watch you guys fight. It's like you see someone like Mayweather and you got Al Heyman. Have you ever approached them or talked to them? Because they already got the hink up, and I'm sure they could just put you on one of their cards or put one of their things because they've got a lot of dates. I don't know. Rather than talking directly to HBO, you could talk to them to put you on one of their promotional things.
Right, man. You know what? I don't know how to get in contact with them. That's the only thing. Yeah, like I hit Mayweather up on his Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And never got a response back.
Okay.
My publicist, Amy Green, she know Al. She talked to him about me, but I never heard anything else from him. You know what I'm saying? If I can get a hold of one of their members, like I know Floyd Mayweather Sr. I trained with him a little bit, but you know him and Floyd, they relationship sometimes, you know, up and down.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't actually know how to get in contact with those fellas. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go to Vegas myself.
Okay, what I was gonna do, I go out my way, purposely to try and put you on that, because
we know Jeff in it, so Jeff is quite accessible. So.
If we get talking to Al Heyman or any of them guys, that I'm gonna mention that and mention your name in there.
Yeah, do that. Give him my number. Tell him to call me anytime.
I will definitely, seriously, because we're doing our rounds at the minute, so when we get round to the promoters, maybe Don King, we're looking to try and talk to Don King and some of the others, or maybe not Don King, but some of the other guys, some of the other promoters. We mentioned obviously putting females on their card and see they're taking. Obviously, we've got your number, so we'll put your number forward to that.
Okay.
Okay, I appreciate that, man. That's what's up. What's up.
Yeah.
Did you know that women's boxing can be traced back to its beginnings in London in the 1720s?
Yeah, I know it started way back. Way back. You know what I'm saying? It was like almost like a circus act at one time, you know. And then, you know, there was a lot of underground boxing for females, you know, and then it got a little publicity where they would allow them to do it, and then it faded away. But I know female boxing has been around a long time. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure back in the 1700s, they didn't think that it would get this far like it is today, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Nah.
Okay, about to wrap it up now. So, Chevelle, have you got any contact details for the fans? How can they contact you on Twitter or Facebook or anything else, or your website or anything?
Yeah. I don't have anything coming up as I know of, but whenever I do, I always update on my Facebook and my Twitter. Let everyone know.
Okay. All right, Chevelle. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. We wish you well in your career, and we're going to try and keep in contact with you and on further events.
Hey, do that.
Yeah, we will definitely. Okay, then.
All right.
Okay. Take
All
care,
right. Anytime you guys want to chat, you know what I'm saying, just hit me up.
All right.
I love to talk.
We'll do.
We'll do. Okay, Chevelle.
Okay.
Take care.
All right. Thank you, guys. Okay.
Peace. Bye.
The real hip hop is over. 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 We on a hunt tonight. When you see me coming, I don't front. So you wanna be hardcore with your hat to the back, talking about the gats in your raps, but I can't feel that hardcore appeal that you're screaming. Maybe I'm dreaming. This ain't Christopher Williams, still some MC got to feel one. Cats I got to feel some. To let niggas know that if you fuck